or to cloud?
Got it.
Okay, so it's telling me that's recording.
Yes, it's recording.
Okay, fantastic. All right, welcome everyone to this Being Safe Online Q&A webinar. First, we'll go over the agenda, then our introductions. So for the agenda for today, there will be a land acknowledgement. Then we'll introduce ourselves. We'll talk briefly about the purpose of this webinar, why this webinar came to be. Then our guest, Professor Oki, will answer the questions that were asked of students in a survey. And also for those present, will also be open for questions if there have more. And finally, final thoughts at the end. So, land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that Clark College's main campus is located on the ancestral and present lands of the federally recognized tribe of the Cowlitz and Lower Columbia peoples. Truth and acknowledgement are critical to building mutual respect and connection across all barriers of heritage and difference. We pay respects to the Indigenous elders past, present, as we respectfully consider the many legacies of violence, erasure, displacement, migration, and settlement that bring us together today. We also acknowledge that our nation has benefited and profited from the free and slave labor of Black people. We honor the legacy of the African diaspora and Black life and the knowledge, skills, and the human spirit that persevere in spite of violence and white supremacy. Yes, and hi, so welcome. My name is Marisol Moreno. I'm one of the reference and instruction librarians here at Clark College. I am also a privacy and mental health advocate, meaning that I'm very passionate about these two topics, and I advocate here for students, faculty, and staff, and the library, and also Clark College at large. And I'm here to introduce you to our guest and Professor Giga Oki, and I'll hand that to you.
Hey everyone, Giga Alkik. I use he, him, his. I teach cybersecurity at Clark. I have been in the cybersecurity for a very long time. Back at 17 years, I started in penetration testing, and then I moved to reverse engineering, and then I moved to development or secure coding. I bounced between them, spent 14 years doing that, and it's interesting to see how the field is changing, because when I first started in this field, it wasn't as diverse as now. So now we have new faces in the field, and we need more. I'm currently cybersecurity professor at Clark. I have my own thing in the field, which I'm super excited about. I'm super proud of it. And yeah, I look forward to answer all your questions.
Thank you, Professor, for being here today. Very excited about this information to reach our students. That was one of the reasons this webinar came to be. As a librarian, I am in contact with students, and students are always, we're in a society at the moment where technology is advancing, and that if individuals don't know how to protect themselves online, that can be very dangerous, as we will, some of the questions that were asked, will address. I believe that it's better to be informed, make your own choices based on the information you have while being online. I think one of those security practices that you can practice to be much more safer, and to really start think about what you need to protect. Is, as you know, each individual is different, and based on the background, the privacy, and the data that they want to protect is going to be different. So I think that today, with the questions and information that Professor Okik is going to share, that's going to inform students to make much better online decisions. And do you want to add anything, Professor?
No, I say let's jump into that. Maybe before that, we go over the program at Clark, our cybersecurity program. What do you think?
Pretty good. Pretty good idea.
Yeah, so we have a cybersecurity bachelor here at Clark. That bachelor degree is built on top of the associate degree. So once you have your associates, you can just apply for the cybersecurity program here at Clark. It's a cohort program, and it's full-time or part-time. So if it's full-time, you have 6 terms. And if you look at the presentation slide, the red one, these are the major ones. So we call these hard skills, and the green ones on your right side, these are soft skills. The soft skills are the general education. The thing about cybersecurity, you also need to have you need to have both of them, not just major things. You need to have both the soft and hard. So for the soft skills, we're teaching, or we get you into communication, how to communicate if there is an incident that's happening once you're in the field, how to communicate properly. And then also teamwork, and you need to work with your teammates when you're in the field. And problem solving, you need to solve problems. If something happens, you need to figure out of the box solutions sometimes. And one most important thing of those soft skills is critical thinking. Critical thinking is something really important in this field. And you will get critical thinking in one of those classes that we offer here at Clark. Symbolic logic is full of critical thinking. So yeah, pretty much you will learn those skills which will make you fit better in the field. Some of the things that you're going to learn: how to secure network infrastructures, and we talked about the skills. And you're also going to learn more about certifications that are in the field, and how to do good, or how to pursue with one of them. Also, training, you can adapt to emerging industries, artificial intelligence, programmable sensors, big data analytics, and more. And then we have critical thinking, the one we just mentioned, and curriculum meet guidelines of the National Initiative for Cyber Education. That's really cool. So yeah, so this is our cybersecurity bachelor degree. I'm very excited about it, and I'm also very excited to be part of it. And yeah, do something about this, or do something in the field where I teach students cybersecurity. So why cybersecurity? One of the things that we are running into right now is job shortage. And if you look at the slide, there is over 750,000 job shortage in the field. So we need you. If you're there, if you're looking at this, please sign up. No, if this is your field and you feel comfortable doing cybersecurity, please, you can talk to me, talk to Dwight. Dwight is our director, our cybersecurity our cybersecurity director here at Clark. So you can email him as well. So the slide has these jobs. There are so many jobs out there. You can finish this program and then become a blue teamer, where you focus on defending network. You can become cybersecurity intelligence specialist, or maybe detection engineer, incident responder, or maybe security test engineer or threat hunters. So there are so many possibilities, so many fields. One of the things we do here at Clark, and we'll start doing, is figuring out what do you want. Because since cybersecurity is massive, we're trying to figure out, okay, this student likes the blue team and more. So I try to help you with that as well. I try to give you more ideas about the field. I try to give you more resources to learn about that field as well. And yeah, that's our cybersecurity program.
Fantastic. I'm excited. You know, if I had more energy for another degree, I would continue, but whoa.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, you are more than welcome. We'll reserve one place for you because the cybersecurity here is cohort. So students have to wait to get in the program. So I advise if someone is interested to do that now, that way we put them in the right cohort later on.
Oh, I see. So it's not with this degree, you're not able to begin like the term that you're able to begin.
No, there are specific terms,
Mhm.
2 terms right now. However, we're looking into having that 4 terms, having that cohort starts every term.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Well, it's good to know now that at the librarian I can share that with students if they have questions. So wonderful.
Thank you.
Now to what we are here, very exciting. Professor O'Keefe will be answering questions that were submitted by the Clark College community about being safe online. The first question for Professor O'Keefe is, how does one tell if a website is legitimate or not?
Yeah. So one of the things you need to look for, if you open the browser and then have the page or the slide that shows that window of that browser, look at the URL. So URL means the protocol, domain, and path, etc. That's the address bar, the top one. So always look at that address bar and check it few times. Okay, am I in the right place? Am I in DuckDuckGo? Because sometimes you could be in a different place that is not DuckDuckGo. However, it has the same thing, but it's just a fake website that meant to steal your information. So the first thing is to check that address bar. Check if there is misspelling in there, if it's the right one or not. The second thing you're going to check is the lock, which is the next to the address bar. So that lock means that the connection is secure. So basically your connection between your device and that website is encrypted. So that's something you will look for. The other thing is you're gonna just take a look at the page in front of you. Just look at the content. Is something off or not? In this scenario, there isn't a lot of content, so it's hard to tell. But usually when there is a lot of content, like if let's say that you're going to fake CNN, if you go there, you may see things that are off. Things are not loaded, things are not in their place. So that's an indicator a website is actually fake. The other thing is to look for the privacy policy. This is kind of complicated. You don't need to do that. But if you want to, you can take a look at their privacy policy. The other thing to look for is contact info. So at the bottom, usually, or maybe in a different website, there is a contact info. Just go there and check that out. One of the other things that's interesting, just with your mouse, go hover on the link, not clicking on them, hover on them. when you hover on something at the end of the at the end of the browser, at the end of it, it will show the link, right? It shows the right link. So that's another thing to look for. One thing or another thing to look for is actually use search engine instead of using the website. And I tell my wife to do that all the time. I tell her, okay, if you want to use Chase, okay, go to Google Chase and pick the top item that showed up, not the ad one, the one that it's actually Chase. Just click on it and that's pretty much Chase. The reason why you're using search engine, because sometimes we make mistakes. So maybe I misspelled Chase and I'm on a different website right now, right? And after putting my information is stolen. Another thing, we can also use Google Safe Browsing Search. So let's say that you have a URL, and that URL in front of us, which is https://duckduckgo.com. You don't know if that URL is safe or not. You can take that one, copy it, make sure not to execute it, just copy it, plug it in google.com safe browsing search, and Google, and that there is that tool where you plug it in. That tool will print out the result, either safe or not safe. So that's another way to check. The last thing, or one of the things you can check, if your anti-malware software blocked it. Now, if there is an anti-malware solution running, especially with internet security, it will block that website if it's malicious. Or even if content in it are malicious, it will block it as well. So those are some of the things that you can look for. Any questions about that?
Not for me, no. I just learned something new. I'm like, huh.
Oh, cool.
So thank you. Great for that. Let's move on to the next question. How safe is online banking, and how safe is Google Pay or Samsung Pay, etc.?
Yeah, so it's safe, depending on the situation. If you have a compromised device and then use an online banking, then it's not safe. So it totally depends on the situation. Now, what you can do. So it depends on what device you're using. For online banking, we don't do public Wi-Fi. Try to avoid that. If anything is public, try to avoid that. If there is something unknown, try to avoid that. You don't want to connect to unknown network and put your banking information there. That doesn't make sense. I saw that a lot, especially when I travel. I open my phone and then I hit just available networks, and then one that shows up with free internet. And it's like, okay, yeah, free internet. So I usually don't use that. So try to avoid the public Wi-Fi or unknown Wi-Fi. Another thing is to use strong password. Now, this is an entire field or a different subject. When I say strong passwords, don't share them. If you have a password, you don't need to share your password. You have to change them regularly, not just having a password and let it sit there for years. Try to change them so often. Make them unique, and also make them long. So these are the 4 things as part when I talk about passwords. Now, another thing is to activate multi-factor authentication or enable that. So multi-factor authentication is pretty much using 2 methods of authentication and more. We have different methods. The first one is something we know, which is passwords, PINs. Those are something we know. There is another one, which is something we have, like our smartphones or hardware tokens. The last one is something you are, which is fingerprint or your face recognition, etc. So a combination. So for Chase, you can have your username and password and enable multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. You can enable the having a smartphone and text message gets there or sends there, and you have to input that one as well. Now the next one, install anti-malware solution. So in a lot of these things related to security, you have to install some sort of security solution there. In this situation, it's anti-malware solution, but if it has some internet security in it, that would be great, because internet security sometimes is sold separately. So you'll have to pay for that as well. However, sometimes they include all of them as one package. So the smart security is pretty much like, okay, if you have a malicious website, that smart security module within the anti-malware software will figure that out and block it. Let's say that the content in a website is malicious, it will do the same thing. It will figure that there is something malicious, and then it will block the website. And you will get a message in your screen that the website is blocked for that specific reason, Now, one more thing or two more things, the regular updates. So you can buy anti-malware software and install it, but you don't run it, or you don't have it to be updated automatically. So here you go. You're installing software, installing anti-malware didn't do anything pretty much. So make sure that the softwares that you have updated or get updated automatically. Now, there are actually anti-malware solutions that take care of that. They figure out what apps you have in your computer or your device, and then they update them. Now, when I say updates, not necessarily apps, you also have to update the operating system itself. So if you're using Windows, make sure to update that. Mac OS, make sure to update that. Now, one important thing, and this thing only related to banking. Most banks, I believe in the US, have something called text alerts. So you need that setup. So just call the bank, hey, would I be able to enable text alerts? What does that do is if you withdraw a lot of money, it will actually send you a text message. Do you want to confirm that, yes or no? And you can confirm it actually replying to that text message. So that's one of the things. The other thing is if you withdraw money, it will show that something withdrawn from your account. So these are some of the things that you can do when it comes to online banking.
Well, thank you. That's very great. With regarding the Wi-Fi and banking, is that every Wi-Fi, or let's say you're on vacation and you're bothering using the Wi-Fi of a family member? Is it do you still need to be more careful with that Wi-Fi, or it's just Wi-Fi of individuals that you have no connection to, that you don't trust?
So it's better to use your own things, your own Wi-Fi, your own data. So if you're trying to do banking, you can turn on the hotspot and then just use the hotspot from your phone for online banking. Now, the reason I'm saying that, because usually banks tracking or fingerprinting your devices. So they fingerprint your device. So if you go to another network, regardless if it's unknown or public or something else, they will actually have they will have a log of that, and then they will ask you, hey, do you want you have to prove that that's you. And that's why you get put your username and password again, or maybe sometime you have to verify that it's you. So if you want it in a good way, just try to do your own Wi-Fi, your own data. If you needed to use one of them, you can use the one that Wi-Fi that's related, or Wi-Fi that's your relatives or people you know, if you need that.
Okay. Great. Well, now I know that I need to pay my rent before I go on vacation. Fantastic. Next question submitted. How to help minor children on being safe online?
Yeah, so this is one big topic. And it's also sensitive and there is a lot going on. So the thing you want to think of is you're trying to protect from what? In this scenario, we have cyberbullying, we have online predators, and we have inappropriate content, and we have phishing and scams. So these are the things that we need our children to understand and then also be able to not interact with that. How to do that? It's complicated, but it's possible. One of the first thing you need to do is discuss internet safety with your children. And if they ask questions, be okay answering them. You have to be open. You have to talk about that because they won't know unless if you tell them what's going on. The second thing is picking appropriate apps, games, or websites, etc. So if your children or if your kid shows up and say, I want to use this app, it's fine. Let me take a look at it, see what it is, and how it handles information. And then I can decide later on whether it's okay to run it or not, or have it or not. Another thing is you connect with your kids and play. Let's say that they picked a specific video game and you want to know like how they're doing. You can also go there and say, I want to play that game with you. And you can just try playing games with them. Yeah, that will give you a lot on what's going on. Now, one of the important things, which is setting up parental control. Those are actually applications where you can install them in devices and they take over the device and you're going to be in charge of that, not your kid. So if there is a specific app that they need, they have to get your approval and then you can let them have that. So that's really good. And not only that, there are accounts as well that do that, like Google. Google, yeah, there is you can set up that one through Google or through Apple as well. You can, before I go to the next one, some parental control also included in anti-malware software, just FYI. Now, you can also ask your children to not share personal information at all. If someone is asking for personal information, don't share that. Just educate them in that, talk to them about that. And two more things. You have to take your kids seriously. If they come to you and say something, take that seriously because you never know what's going on. And sometimes we say, oh yeah, that's just probably one thing, and we dismiss that, and it tends to be something major is happening. The last one, there is actually a feature if your kid wants to search called Safe Search. So you can go to web engines and enable that one through the account or through the website itself. So Safe Search is pretty much when you go to search engine, when you try to search about something, you're not getting all the things that, well, from that search engine, you're only getting the safe things for your kids. So those are some of the things that you can do in terms of talking, discussing, and also supervision or coaching.
Fantastic. I as someone that does not have a child, but I do have young nieces, they love to watch videos on YouTube. And you know, YouTube can be accessed by anyone and can be I do parental controls are those by just the whole device and also control what that the specific websites, or do you have to go individual website by one to do the control options for those?
So once you install the parental control, you have the option to put whatever website you want or whatnot. Yeah. So it's more like you are the one who's taking control of that device. Now, sometimes there are specific applications meant for kids, like YouTube Kids, that's meant for kids. So you can download that one too in their device, since you're telling me that they watch videos a lot. So yeah, there is a specific app from Google where you can just download that one. Sorry, from YouTube, where you can just download it and let your kids watch stuff there. But having the parental control, the application itself, makes sense. Also, sometimes they're implemented in the operating system. If you go to if you have iPhone, it's there. And I posted the in the slide how to do that. That's if you have iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. The following question also relates to children's safety. So, as parents, our Clark community, our students that are also parents, how can they prevent their children from accidentally being contacted by predators online, for example, via chats in online games?
Yeah, so this one is a specific. So we're talking about online predators. Keep in mind that. Now, the first thing is, don't agree to meet someone. Online predators, at some point, they will ask for face-to-face or ask to meet someone. That's online predator. That's what they do. Or ask from you specific things to do or to give. That's one of the things. Don't agree to meet someone. Don't use names where, like let's say that your kid has a nickname, Pretty something. You don't want to do that. You don't want to use these names. You just use random names. That makes sense. Don't share your info. Don't let them share their personal info. Tell them that your personal info. You don't share that with anyone. Your age, your street address, even those tiny little information, they mean a lot to predators. So they have to learn not to share that. If for whatever reason someone is getting in touch with them, you block that right away. You block them. The thing about online predators, they may also pretend as kids. So that's a different story. So you'll have to be careful. Now, how do you tell if something is happening when it comes to being contacted, or your kid being contacted? So one of the things is sudden change in behavior. So all of a sudden your kid is depressed, or anxiety, or anger. It's just sudden change of behavior. The other thing, they turn their devices off when you show up. Let's say that they use their own laptop or computer to play video games or something, or doing something. When you show up, when you knock the door and show up, they will turn everything off. Another thing is spending a lot of time online. They spend just a lot of time, even on nighttime, they spend a lot of time. The other thing, getting angry if they can't get online. So if you somehow disable that connection for that specific device, maybe you let the TV run in, they will get angry. They want that device to be connected. They want to talk or do something. Now, one of the important things also, which is the last one on my list, on how to know if something, or maybe something is going on, is receiving gifts. If your child or your kid start receiving gifts, that's a question. There is a question here. Not only gifts, email, calls, text from someone you don't know, then something is going on. Okay, so now here is the thing. What to do if they're being contacted, and you figure that out as a parent or as someone that's taking care of a kid. The first thing I want to say is, do not act on your own. Do not do that at all, because you never know if that online predator, you're saying it's online predator, maybe it's another kid, maybe it's a different situation, maybe it's a cyberbullying, it's not actually the situation that you think of. So be careful with that. So do not handle it on your own. Never do that. So what you're going to do is document everything. You're going to sit with your child and just tell them, tell me the story from the beginning, from A to Z, and document all of this. And then you have to go to law enforcement and report that. Now, if you somehow have issues with that, you can also go to organizations. You can go to organization related to cyberbullying or things like, I don't want to mention their name, but you can get in touch with them and they will tell you what to do from there. But yeah, but the most important thing, don't act on your own. I know that I repeated that like 3 times because I saw that happens, and it's not good. It's not good.
Wow. It's scary.
Yeah, it is scary. I volunteer in that field and I work in the anti-trafficking. So the things I saw, they're sad. But one of the things that I always tell people that don't act on your own, please come forward. If something happens, ask law enforcement or other organizations. Yeah.
And so I know that you didn't want to say the organizations. Is there is there just a place online, or like, Googling the organizations?
Yeah, you can definitely Google them. I just don't want to promote them.
Oh, okay.
Because maybe I'm working with one of them.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, but you can
Yes.
definitely Google that and report that. They will tell you what to do, and that's the good thing too. If you are uncertain what to do, they will tell you what to do.
Mhm. Okay, so it just trying to find that organizations online and
Yeah.
okay.
The law enforcement will take care of this, but you put your one of the things is you're going to be asked a lot of questions. So be okay with that. Even your kids sometimes will be asked questions, depending on their age. But yeah.
So or the organizations kind of like a last resort if like the police are not taking you seriously regarding this matter.
One thing I usually advise them to do both. Do the law enforcement and do organization at the same time, and explain to them that I contacted that organization as well. You can actually add that to the report when you file that.
Oh, great, fantastic.
Yeah.
Kind of, I think that I like that because it kind of tells them I'm serious. I have contacted people,
Yeah.
and you're so it's fantastic.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nothing about law enforcement, or it's nothing about the police, but sometimes it's good to have it from different people, not only one specific, because you may run into a specific place that didn't handle that or doesn't know how to handle it. But on the other hand, you have the organization where they know how to handle that. And if not, they will also refer you to the right person.
Okay, fantastic. Great, thank you. The next question that was submitted is a little bit less hard topic, but it's also about how to tell whether the electronic device has a virus or a bug has been embedded in it.
Yeah, so bug, we refer to it in cybersecurity as vulnerability. So pretty much is a flaw in the system or software where someone can take advantage of it and then access your information pretty much. And the method of accessing that, we call that exploit. Now, virus, on the other hand, that's an old term that used to describe anything malicious. Now we have malware instead of virus, because virus is specific. So viruses, I'm going to go over these specifics right now. So viruses are actually a malicious piece of software which duplicates itself, but it needs user interaction. So without user interaction, it won't replicate. We have something called worms. Worms, they usually spread through the networks without user interaction. We have a Trojans. So Trojan is pretty much an app that pretends to be something legitimate, but it's not. So let's say that you're doing online banking, going back to the online banking, and all of a sudden you downloaded an app, Chase Mobile or something, and then you try to log in, it says no, error, you can't log in. And then afterward, you learn that this is not actually the right Chasing app. It's not the app that used for banking. So it's just malicious. So that's an example of Trojan. But it's pretty much a device, or it's malicious. Well, it's some sort of software where when it runs, it gets some instructions and executes them. Most of the time, automated tasks. So thinking about myself going in the morning, trying to do stuff, working, all of a sudden, your computer will be the same thing. As soon as you open it, just to start running and draining the battery. You're gonna hear the fans like running really hard because it's doing something in the background. It's doing an automated task. Spyware. So spyware are malicious ones where they monitor the device. They monitor the device in general, the whole thing. We also have keyloggers. So keyloggers, they monitor the keystrokes. So if they're running and you're typing something, you're typing your information in the banking website, they capture that as well. So that's why we call them keyloggers. Ransomware, and that's a screenshot of a ransomware. So the ransomware, usually they lock your system, they lock or they encrypt the files, and they ask money for that. In the past years, now we see different versions where, regardless if you pay them or not, they will sell that information to threat actors, and they will make money of that. So these are the terms when it comes to malware and how to know that your device is infected, or maybe some signs. One of the things is if you're having a device like a phone, you're going to see weird charges on your bill. Maybe you'll see $10, $15. You didn't do that, but it's somehow in your bill. So that's an indicator. Another thing is unexpected increase in network traffic or data consumption. So your device, laptop, phone, all of a sudden using data, and you can tell, but if you go to your bill, it will say that you use this much of data, like 2 gigs or 3 gigs, right? And sometimes when you use that, they ask you, hey, do you want to increase that? Pay us $15 more and then add more gigs to your plan. So if it does that, then there is an issue. You will also see increase of pop-ups, ads on your device. If you see ads all of a sudden on your device, that's an issue. Another thing is if you see increase in applications, let's say that you have specific applications that run in your device, that's your behavior, you know what's going on, you go to one application, run it, and then all of a sudden you saw 15 of them next to that application, then there is an issue. Then yeah, something wrong there. The battery drains really fast. So if you actually have a device like a phone or laptop and infected with bot or specific type of malwares, they will drain the battery really fast because there is something is running in the background, an automated task or doing some malicious actions. Also, the device itself becomes slow, really slow, and that in terms of going surfing internet or using your regular applications. Another thing is if you try to go to search engine, it will be changed to something else, something totally different. You go to Google, you get directed to a different page. So that's an indicator as well. Enable to access your data, that's a live example of it. You will get just that message where it says your device is locked, your data is locked. Another interesting one, which is your connections. So let's say that you have a phone, your connection will start receiving weird things. They will start receiving emails, weird emails, they will start receiving calls, text. It's not from you, it's actually the malware itself doing that. So what to do? Again, don't use public Wi-Fi. You don't want to do that, or unknown Wi-Fi. Use a strong password, enable multi-factor authentication. The important one of them all is you have to have an anti-malware solution running and updated regularly. And then you have to keep your system updated. Yeah, so these are the things. Now, one thing to mention, I should have mentioned that at the beginning of this. I'm talking about this as if home user, not business user, because business user, you're pretty much going to take that device if you suspect something and give it to the place, to your employer, and they will take care of it. The IT will take care of it.
So if like what you mentioned that the Wi-Fi seems that it's been one of the risky factors. Is it okay for our students to use the Wi-Fi here at Clark
Yes,
College?
yes, it's okay to use the one at Clark.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next question, is there a way to tell if your information is being linked online?
Yeah. So with this one, there are specific services where you can go to and then enter your email, your name. I believe the name one you have to subscribe or you have to pay money for that. So an easy way of doing this, which is going to search engines. Now, I know I put Google in there, so you can just go to Google, John Doe, or whatever the name is, Jigal Keek, and then you're going to see my information there, right? If somehow my information is leaked as part of something, maybe it's there. Maybe you can find it this way. Change the search engine. Instead of using Google, use something else. Use Yahoo. Use a different engine, search engine. Now that's one of the things. The other thing is you can actually use a website called Have I Been Pwned, and once you go there, it asks you to enter your email, and if you do that, it will show if your email is part of breaches. So you can tell like, oh, okay, I registered in that website was breached. Now I can go there and do something about it.
Yes, I actually went to that website, and yes, it's quite interesting, the information that it gives you. So
it's really cool. It's really cool, and I like that. I like that we have a service where we can go and check that. Another way of doing it, actually, you can go to internet and type check if my password is leaked. And I believe there are services where you can actually put a password, but they won't give you a lot of information, where you put a password, and then if that password is part of breaches. Yeah. So you can do that as well.
fantastic. Thank you. The next question that was submitted was, can we talk about the tracking of websites? We need to frequent, oh wait, okay. Oh, this, the person that submitted this question, let's talk about the websites that we, often use to do our jobs every day. And they wanted to know, is there always a way to opt out of a website trying to track what we are viewing? And if so, what are those options?
So one of the things that you can do is actually use a private mode. And I believe that should be implemented in most browsers, where you go and then the term is different. There is actually private mode, incognito. Yeah, so once you activate that mode, the tracking won't be as before. They will pretty much block trackers. That's the point of it. You can also use DuckDuckGo, like use a private search engine. That's how we refer to it. Pretty much when you do that, your logs on their servers are not kept. So one of the things you have to think of, like, okay, if I go to Google or Yahoo or any search engine and I type something, will they keep a track of my search history or not? Most likely, yes. Another thing is, but with DuckDuckGo, no. The other thing is use the browser extensions. There is an extension called the Privacy Badger. You can use that one. Once you have that one, it will block trackers as well. You can also use VPN. That's up to you. But again, you can use VPN or something similar to it. That will keep you pretty much away from trackers. Now, when you talk about trackers, some of the trackers are good, not bad. Remember when I said maybe you take your device, go and trying to do banking? So banking do fingerprint your device. They track it pretty much, fingerprint it. So that sort of thing is good because they know that this device is used to banking, to do banking. So that's good. That's not bad. If that makes sense.
Great, fantastic.
Yeah.
You mentioned VPN. Can you explain a little bit about what that is?
Yeah, it's pretty much a virtual private network. There is a server somewhere. You're gonna connect it. You're gonna connect from your device there, and then you're pretty much as if you were there, not on your device. Like you're using the internet there, not on your device. So that's that. I think that falls under the tracker one, how to prevent trackers, because at that point you're not pretty much user your own. You're not, the request is not coming as if it's from your own device. It's coming from somewhere else. In term of internet. But the web browser itself can be tracked.
Got it.
Yeah.
You also mentioned the Privacy Badger, the web extension. Or do you find those extensions like in Google Play?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
okay. So
the privacy badger, you can just look it up. It's there. You can or you can go to the browser and go to extensions and locate that. Just type privacy badger and then install it. And once you install it, you will get the options of not to track. You just need to activate them if they're not activated by default.
Okay. As a privacy advocate, I know a couple of these privacy extension. And I was wondering, is it a bad move to include multiple extensions in your browser?
Not really. Yeah, I don't think there is an issue in that. You can have a few of them if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. If you feel, if you run into a situation where the content is not as before, then that's an issue. What I meant is that one extension is removing something, the other one is removing another thing, and what those extensions are doing don't make sense. Then you have to turn them off.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
one thing to mention here, there are actually a lot of third-party libraries that require tracking, that require fingerprinting. If you remove tracking, a lot of things, a lot of flexibility is gone. So just FYI, let me explain something. Now, imagine if you go to a website and trying to fill a form, and then it asks you, hey, fill up this form, and there is a button where it says, do you want to do that automatically? Do you want to share your location? So instead of typing the entire address, etc., maybe that button, when you click on it, it gives you the nearest thing or your nearest location. So it does that on your behalf, which is flexibility. So just remember that when you remove all the tracking, things will start to get a little bit weird. Also, when you go to websites, when you try to sign in those websites, sometimes you won't accept that. Sometimes things will be off and won't work.
So tracking, it's not necessarily bad.
No,
It depends on the
on the
on the
application
web.
of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So so how do we, as someone that's not a technology expert, how can we tell which tracking is good or bad?
It's a little bit complicated. I advise you to use the extension. Yeah, or use the DuckDuckGo thing, because these people know, like, okay, these libraries are needed, so it's okay to let them do the tracking. But if some malicious ones, or maybe the tracking is malicious, then no, we don't include those.
Got it.
Yeah, but there is no easy way to tell. There isn't. Especially
Yes.
right now with all this flexibility that we have with web browsing. Yeah, it's complicated.
Well, just something to think about, tracking.
And when, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's complicated.
Yeah. One of the thing is, well, I have two things in my brain. If you install anti-malware solution that has security, internet security, it will do that in your behalf. It will figure out the tracking, because for them, they have like these businesses or these customers where they use a specific libraries, then maybe it's whitelisted on their product. So maybe that helps you. Now I'm thinking about it. The other thing is, in the question, it says, what are those? There are actually two web browser that I usually use. There is one only focused about privacy, protecting privacy. And since we're talking about privacy, there is a difference between privacy and security. So privacy, pretty much how user personal information is, security is how user information, personal information is being protected or protected. And the other hand, when it comes to privacy, is how user ability to, or right to, control personal information. Now, there are actually two good web browsers. One of them called the Brave. You can take a look at that one. That one focuses on protecting users' privacy, as I mentioned. The other one is Firefox. Firefox is good when it comes to privacy. If you're having issues with Firefox, you need to go to the settings and then go check the privacy settings.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that about Firefox.
Yeah, because there is that option for you as well.
Interesting. Yeah,
and I do know that they're trying to compete with Brave.
Yes, I have heard about Brave. So I haven't really tried a lot about Brave. DuckDuckGo is one of the ones that I've tried, but yeah, that's something.
Another thing to consider, check if there is a free version of the enterprise version. So like Firefox, maybe you use the enterprise version.
Oh,
instead of the one.
Okay. So Brave is not a free.
It is free.
It is?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it is open source.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can definitely use it and install it, use it.
Would a VPN prevent you from being tracked?
VPN?
Yes, or is that just the location?
Just for they still can track you.
So
yeah, they still can track you, even though with FreeBN, because they can fingerprint specific things. They can fingerprint the web browser that you're using. Yeah. But for the location, no.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a little bit difficult. I wouldn't say things in our field, no. They're a little bit difficult. Yeah, there are ways, but let's say no for now.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I'll take that no.
Yeah.
All right. The next question submitted is, so when it comes to email, what things should one look for when in order to avoid scam emails or surveys?
Yeah. So with emails, well, phishing ones, mostly you're gonna see emails with urgent actions where they ask you to do something like call, send, text, unlock, activate. This is kind of suspicious. Emails requesting logins or money. They're asking about, hey, what is your username? That's odd. That doesn't really make sense. Or maybe asking you, can you move some money from A to Z? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Emails that send with public email domain. So most of companies have their own domains. If you go to Best Buy, there is bestbuy.com, right? You're not gonna get a message from Best Buy from @gmail.com. Most of the time, it's gonna be associated with that business, right? So yeah, keep an eye on that. Some emails are also sent with misspelled names. Instead of Best Buy, maybe Best Bay or something. And then when you look at them, oh, okay, this is wrong. This is not actually the real Best Buy domain. Emails that have bad grammars. A lot of emails or phishing emails have bad grammars in them. So you can keep an eye on that one as well. Emails that have suspicious attachment. If they have suspicious attachment or link on them asking you to click on it, the best thing is not to click on anything. And in my field, this is a little story, actually, it's funny. So the other day I was doing e-learning 201. Or no, actually e-learning 101. And I was talking to two instructors, and I've been using Canvas for a very long time, or long time, not very long. However, I seen things I never saw before, and they were and I was wondering, oh, I saw them, but I never clicked on them, because by default I don't click on things I don't know. So yeah, in our field, we usually don't click on anything that we don't know. It's no for us. Okay. Last one, which is email contains buttons or contain buttons where it says click on me, similar to links, but this time it's probably an image or something where you have to click on it, and probably you're redirected to some fake login where you put information there and then get stolen. So these are the things to look for when you have an email.
Fantastic. Yes, I often find in my personal email a scam email from PayPal
Oh, yeah.
that I'm like, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna fall for that. Delete.
Yeah. And I bet if you look at the email, where it's coming from, it's probably coming from public email. It's not even coming from PayPal or anything, right? It's coming from @Gmail something. Now, if you look at the slide, if you go with your mouse, well, and interactive, not now, when you go hover on the blue ones, it will show you what links those are. But now we can do that because it's just a screenshot. So that's another thing to do. Just hover on thing. Don't click on them. Hover on them. Yeah. And see if the domain or the URL associated or linked there makes sense or not. Most of the time it won't make sense. But yeah, that's a little hint you can do, or a little trick you can do.
Yes. And I like your rule of like, if you don't know, you don't click. You
Yep,
know,
you
I
do.
really like that because I feel like it will save, it could save you a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it saves you a lot of trouble. Well, the only bad side of this, as I mentioned, I was using Canvas for so long, and I dismissed a lot of like things that I could utilize in Canvas, and that was really funny. We laughed for a while,
Uh,
but yeah,
it's good to laugh.
yeah.
Uh, Great, fantastic. Uh, Now for the last question that was submitted. So you've been the victim of a cybercrime, or you actually did click that scam email. Um, what Who do you contact? Who would be the appropriate organization or individual to
Um,
contact?
Yeah, so for phishing scams, you can use the Cybersecurity Communication and Integration Center. That one, and that's the website. It's actually part of yeah, it's part of, let me get the CISA, I believe. I'm just gonna look this one up really quick. Yeah, it's part of CISA.
Okay.
If it's online crime, CISA is, by the way, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. So part of that, that's the Cyber Security Communication and Integration Center. So that one. Now, that's when it comes to phishing. Now, when it comes to online crime, you can use the or you can do IC3.gov, the Crime Complaint Center. You can do that. If it's identity theft, which is important, you have to remember those. You can go to identitytheft.gov. It's actually part of the Federal Trade Commission. And the last one is SSA.gov, the Social Security Administration. Now, the identity theft is pretty much when someone is using your social security or using some sort of information pretending to be you, but it's not you. So you can report that to them. Now, for whatever reason, if you reach out to any of them and you have the wrong claim, they will tell you that you can submit this to the other agency or to the other place. So just FYI.
Fantastic. Yes. It's for to prepare ourselves if we need to contact one of these organizations. Should we do like screenshots of the email? Should we save that email, or like
Yeah.
what should we
Um,
do?
it depends what or where you work, because maybe you're a home user, and I mentioned I'm in the middle of this webinar that I'm talking pretty much for home user.
Mhm.
If it's a business user, on the other hand, you can just talk to the place, the business, the employer. If it's local, if you're a home user, yeah, you need to screenshot some documentation, what's going on. You don't need to open things because you may receive things like blackmailing online, etc. Just screenshot them, and then they will tell you what to do from there. They may actually take a look or try to do some Zoom with you and instruct you what to do next. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. And this was the last question that was submitted.
Wow.
Uh, but as we know, there's so many questions that could potentially, and also with time, right? So if let's say we only have time to do one change to be better at being safe online. What is one thing that you recommend that we do if we have like minimal time to commit to that?
In terms of going online and browsing websites,
Yes.
I think you should always have some security solution running and updated. You should
Mhm.
always do that. Consider that. Now, since we're talking about that, how to pick a proper one. Some of them, there might be some regulations, FYI. The best thing to do is, I'm right now living in the US. I will look for a product that's in the US. Well, there is a reason, because maybe the company is aware of what the cybersecurity landscape, or that or those malwares are within the US. So maybe they're doing that. Well, not maybe, they should do that. So picking something that from this place makes sense. Now, if you're outside and there are no regulations on what to download and what not, or what to use and what not, you can use a product called ESET. ESET is really good. The product in the US that I recommend is Norton.
Good. Yes, I think, yeah, Norton is the one that I use.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I'm doing something right. Well, yes, so that's the end of the last questions. And we want to thank you for watching this recording, which will be available to the Clark community. And just if you have any more questions after watching the video, please, you can find Professor Oki through the Clark.edu directory. You can also find me, a librarian, through in the library website. And the library does have some materials in its collection to help you regarding privacy, cybercrime. So if you're interested in learning more about those topics, feel free to do some research in the library search box at library.clark.edu. But you can also email me if you have questions and want to set up a session to talk about the library resources regarding being safe online that we have available. So any last minute things, Professor, that you want to let the
Yes.
audience know?
I would like to thank everyone is watching, everyone watching this. I would like to thank you in particular. It was really fun working with you, putting this together, and having me asking those questions. That's definitely great.
Yes.
Hopefully in the future we have more of these.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, no, and I also want to thank you for doing this, because this is one of the projects that I really wanted to do for our Clark College community on privacy. So thank you for taking the time to give us your expertise so that we can improve or internet safety practices. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Bye.